Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series Season 4, Round 9 at Talladega. Starting on the pole today, his first career pole, well, no, he might have had a pole before, but on the pole is Justin Perry, and alongside him, Andrew Waltrip. Starting third today is Kyle Smith. Fourth is Connor Breton. Running out your top five is Courtney Simpson. Sixth is John Dawson. Seventh, Alex Dawson. Eighth, Jacob Cook. Ninth, Greg Jones. And rounding out your top 10 is John Dillon. And now here's the rest of the starting lineup. Dion Petty, Austin Anderson, Danny Wells, Phil Jones, Jacob Lawler, Andrew Schwartz, Alex Filter, John Worry, Lewis Gordon, Seth Cole, Joseph Bryant, Julie Stewart, Zach Buchanan, Christian Janes, Timmy Pacioli, Matthew McMurray, Stephen Dillon, Jack Richards, Carter Kozlowski, Gino Harvey, Ziggy Bain, Mitch Speed, Charles Jackson, CJ Sorensen, Sean Henley, Chris Summers, Garrett Jones, Dylan Young, Evan Earnhardt, Kurt Kozlowski, Sean Galligan, and Michael Harvey. Michael Harvey's had an off season so far. He raced Season 1 and 2. He didn't race Season 3. Now he's back here in Season 4. He raced the number 4 in Season 1 and 2. As the cars roll off, getting ready for 19 laps of great racing at the 2.66 mile D-shaped oval. One driver to point out is Courtney Simpson. This has been a breakout year for her. She starts 5th for today's race. She's been running in the top 10 in points pretty much ever since round 4, so she's been having a good season so far. Same with Greg Jones. He seems to be running pretty good almost every single season. Justin Perry and Andrew Waltrip have had, I think, reasonable seasons. They're probably somewhere mid-pack in points. As we come into the tri-oval, in 19 laps, this is where it's going to be determined who's going to win. And here we go. Justin Perry, Andrew Waltrip, Kyle Smith, Connor Breton, the front two rows as we are going to go green flag racing. There we go. We're racing at Talladega. Kyle Smith got a good start, and he's already going to push Justin Perry out to the lead immediately. A little bit of a 3-car tandem there on the inside. Out of turn 2, already a shake-up. Justin Perry, Kyle Smith, Courtney Simpson, your top 3 as you come down the backstretch. Now side by side for the lead. Now there goes Courtney Simpson, 3 wide. Her teammate Greg Jones is going to go down there and support her, but it's going to be too late for her to make the move. Kyle Smith leads Courtney Simpson and Greg Jones through turns 3 and 4. Smith out of turn 4. Will he be able to lead the first lap of this race? He's going to slam the door on Greg Jones, and whoa! What is Stephen Dillon doing? He just drove it off through the grass, and right back into Summers! Summers is in the wall, oh wow, huge wreck! Around they all go, massive pile up in 1 and 2. What was Stephen Dillon doing? He just drove it off into the tri-oval and cut it through the grass and caused a massive pile up. What was he doing? All these guys are still getting through the wreck after being involved. Some drivers are majorly damaged. I mean, I don't know what happened there. Not all of it was Stephen Dillon's fault, but I know Dylan Young is going to be pretty mad at him, because I know there was another wreck further up. He's going to be explaining the Chris Summers wreck, but all of a sudden there was another pile up down in 1 and 2. We're going to have to see what happened there. Danny Wells won it back. Well, the 8 Budweiser car at Talladega usually has a good reputation, Dale Jr. Well, apparently Stephen Dillon here in the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series wants to earn himself a reputation. Drives it off through the grass, comes right back up. This looks a lot like what Kevin LePage did a few years back in the Nationwide Series. He was keeping it down low, but right at the back of the pack, he turns up into Evan Earnhardt, slams Summers up into the wall. Summers bounces off into Dylan Young, and around they all go. Oh, Galligan was involved. If he's out of the race, that's going to be, I believe, his 4th or 5th DNF of the season, and that is not a good way. Oh, he saved it. That's a great job done by him. Unless he stacked into this next race. Oh, he hit Summers, and that could have very well killed the front end of the 24. We're just going to make sure he got through this. And oh, look out! Oh boy. Okay. Galligan got through a majority of the crash, but what happened here on this second crash further up? See that picture there? 4 wide, 2 rows deep. That's never going to work. Unless it's at like a really wide track. But look at this. Joseph Bryant comes down on Lewis Gordon and Buchanan, but then Jacob Cook turns Phil Jones. Carter Kozlowski did a great job getting through that, but look at all these guys piling up into that outside wall. Jacob Cook comes back across into Charles Jackson. Charles has had a terrible season, and that's definitely going to hurt Charles even more. CJ's had a good top 15 points position the entire season so far, I believe. He got involved. Jack Richards, Seth Cole, a bunch of innocent bystanders in this. There's Michael Harvey. He's had a really bad season. He's been in the bottom 40 for the points almost all the season, or almost all throughout the season. Matthew McMurray involved, Charles Jackson and Christian James, Jack Richards, Seth Cole. Bunch of drivers involved in this huge crash on lap 2. Alright, riding on board here with Carter Kozlowski. Look at all that. That's incredible. Riding on board with Chris Summers now. You see Steven come right back up. Hit his good friend Evan Earnhardt and into Chris. Chris hits the wall and down into Galligan, his teammate. The 2 champions that still race in this series are both done. They're not done for the day, but they both have some... They have sustained some damage after this first crash of the day, so let's get back to the green. As we are rolling through turns 3 and 4, we're going to go green this time, and leading them back down is going to be Danny Wells and Dion Petty, Andrew Waltrip, Jacob Lawler, and Austin Anderson, your top 5. Alex Filter, Connor Breeden, Greg Jones, Justin Perry, and John Dillon, your top 10. How many cars are left in this race? We have the answer for you there. 20. We thought Chris Summers and Galligan would be alright. They are done for the day, unfortunately. 2 drivers that needed good runs, because Chris and Galligan, they really haven't been able to get anything going since they won their championships. So it's really been a rough going. If you win the championship, you kind of struggle. Especially Mary Baker. She won season 1's championship. She isn't even back in the series. But we go back green. Danny Wells leads them back down. Dion Petty's had a struggle of a season so far. Jacob Lawler and Austin Anderson. It's bad news for some of these other guys that are trying to catch him, because they're doing really good in points and they're doing good in this race. I know it is a little bit early to be talking about points, but we're actually closing in on the halfway point of the season. And once you get halfway, it really flies through the rest of the season. So you're 3 wide for second. Danny Wells backs out of it, and now they're single file for the top 3. And about to be the top 5 is Jacob Lawler's getting freight trained. I don't know if we're going to have enough cars for another caution in this race. Unless somebody drives it off through the grass again. Alright, just checking on the back of the pack here. Oh wow, I think we do have some more cars than we thought. No, I guess not. These guys are just deep in the field here. I think these guys are kind of saving their cars. I think Danny Wells kind of purposely slid back there. Same with Jacob Lawler. I think they're trying to conserve. And will Courtney Simpson help out her little brother Carter Kozlowski? She's getting a draft from last time we were here, winner, Joseph Bryant. Kyle Smith, a good friend of Carter Kozlowski and Courtney Simpson. They roll through turns 3 and 4. The top 3 are single file. But now, Carter Kozlowski's under attack from his sister, and Austin Anderson is attacking Dion Petty for the lead. To the lead, Austin Anderson, lap 9, sorry. Alright, through 1 and 2. 2 by 2 by 2, it seems like, pretty much throughout the whole pack as we get a flyby. Courtney Simpson to the lead down the back stretch, or at least she's trying. I think she might be able to, yeah. She has the run, and she's going to get it into turn 3 and 4. As good as Courtney Simpson is doing this season in points, she has not won a race since season 1. And now we're 4 wide. That could be disastrous. Oh, okay, they got to sort it out. Yeah, we had it 4 wide there for a second, and if as Sean Galligan would say, that could end in tears. We got about a car length and a half of a lead. Courtney Simpson over Ziggy Bain, but Bain is running her down. Bain made a run at the championship last season, but he wasn't able to get it. He's had a struggling season this year. He's trying to overcome the disappointment of last season. He's had a rough going so far, but if he can win this race today, I'm sure that'd be a big confidence booster for the 22. Whoops. There we go. Tried on board with Schwartz. And actually he's making the move for the lead. To the inside, Andrew Schwartz. And he's going to get around Ziggy Bain and lead this lap. And now Alex Filter's coming on his inside. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Dylan Young. He has had a pretty good season up to this point. He had a last place finish, which knocked him from, I believe, 6th down to 20th in the standings. That really hurt him in his bid for the championship. Right now, he is running decent. He's running 19th, so if he finished that way, I think he would maybe pick up a position in points. Maybe 2. And whoa, 4 wide. Look out. That's getting me very worried, and looks like they're going to make it through. But if Connor Breeden gets a run, he could make it 4 wide there with Greg Jones, and we are going to go 4 wide again. Down the back stretch, 4 wide. Breeden and Simpson leaning on each other. Everybody shuffling everywhere, trying to get into a position where they could win this race. John Dillon has gone to the point now. Courtney Simpson leading the middle lane. Well, Dion Petty is, but Simpson's leading a charge to catch up there to Evan Earnhardt, Carter Kozlowski, and Petty. This aerial view really shows it well. As Austin Anderson is going to lead this lap 13 to 19. This is where drivers are going to start to have to make their moves to get to the front. If you're in the front on the last lap, you'll more than likely have a shot at getting this win. They're still 4 wide further back, but it looks like Andrew Waltrip and Connor Breeden are going to give way. Leading the race right now, John Dillon into turn 3, but Austin Anderson's getting a run. And wait, is Courtney Simpson 4 wide now? Yeah, they're 4 wide back here. Look out. Alright, they made it through. Back to the leader, Ziggy Bain. 3 wide for the lead. Oh boy, now they're 4 wide again. We watch the leaders, and then all of a sudden they get 4 wide. And oh, trouble! Simpson gets turned. Evan Earnhardt and Alex Dawson involved. We were talking about Simpson, how she's had such a good season, and this race is going to end in tears for her as Evan Earnhardt goes on his lid. Oh, you got to feel for her. And this could possibly be the race back to the line for the win. We're not going to announce anything official yet, but we're going to be on lap 15 of 19 when we cross the line to take the caution. So we could have a 1-lap dash, but at the same time, this race could end under caution. Kyle Smith is randomly on the apron. Not sure what that's about, but Andrew Schwartz is easily going to win the race back to the line. Let's see what happened to Courtney Simpson. Here it is. What happened to bring up the second and final caution of the day? Well, it's rare that we're going to get a caution in the last lap if we do get a 1-lap dash. Yeah, Courtney Simpson, Evan Earnhardt, not sure who to call that out on, whose fault that was. I don't think it was anybody's. You can't always blame somebody for a wreck. I think it was just a racing thing. Simpson, Evan Earnhardt leaning on each other a little bit too much. They're both leaning on each other. It's not like one was leaning on one more than the other. And then Evan Earnhardt hit the apron and just flipped over. Flipped over gingerly. It really didn't flip over violently or anything. So possibly Andrew Schwartz could have won this race, but we will not know. We will try to get the finish of this race in a 1-lap dash. If the lights go out, we'll have a 1-lap dash. If they stay on, the race is over. What's going to happen? Here comes the pace car. The pace car is going to determine this race. And we are going to have a one-lap dash to Talladega. This is going to be a good one. We'll see you in half a lap to get the top 10. This one-lap dash to the finish is going to get underway in a little bit less than half a lap. Restarting on point is Andrew Schwartz, Alex Filter, Greg Jones, Dylan Young, Ziggy Bay in your top 5, Danny Wells, Joseph Bryan, Austin Anderson, Jacob Lawler, Justin Perry, your top 10. Here's the rest of the field. John Dillon, Sean Henley, Kyle Smith, Carter Kozlowski, Andrew Waltrip, Connor Breton, and Deon Petty. 17 cars remain in this race. Courtney Simpson is scored out of the race. Same with Evan Earnhardt. I think Alex Dawson might have retired too, because there's 3 cars out of the race, and I know he was involved in that crash as well. Yeah, he retired, so alright. Here we go. We are about to take the one-lap dash to the finish at Talladega. Here we go. The green flag and the white flag wave. We're underway in the one-lap dash at Talladega. Andrew Schwartz, he got a good restart. Carter Kozlowski, Andrew Waltrip trying to draft their way up there, but they're too far back. 16th and 17th, I believe. 15th and 16th, something like that. Schwartz holds the lead through 1 and 2. And there goes Filter. He goes inside, trying to get his second win of the season. And now Ziggy Bain peeks his nose in there. He wants some drafting help. Who's going to win it into turn 3 for the final time? Schwartz needs to hold off Filter and Danny Wells if he's going to win this race. Out of turn 4. This is where it's going to happen. There goes Filter. Danny Wells was going to go with him, but he's going to create a line of his own. Schwartz trying to get a side draft, but it's too late. Alex Filter wins at Talladega. Second win of the season to Alex Filter. Filter has won now at Bristol and at Talladega, all in his rookie season. A great season up to this point for Alex Filter. He's going to go to victory lane at Talladega. Let's get to the results. Alright, there are the results for today's race here. There's Alex Filter. He won the race today. There is Andrew Schwartz second. Austin Anderson, Danny Wells, and Justin Perry rounds out your top 5. And you can look on through the rest of the top 28 with Galligan, 28th. That is either his 4th or 5th DNF of the season. That is terrible for the 24 team. Not something he needed. Carter Kozlowski was the last car to finish this race, but he was only about 8/10ths from winning it. There's Michael Harvey. He ended up last. Chris Summers, Garrett Jones, Mitch Speed, Christian Janes, the bottom 5 in this race. That's pretty much going to take them out of the championship early. Chris trying to bid for his 2nd championship. It's not looking good early. Garrett Jones trying to win his 1st. He's been in every season. He's not been able to get anything going yet. In the middle of last season, we thought he might have had a shot at the championship, but then he gotten taken out in some of those races that weren't his fault. And alright, that is the finishing order for today's race at Talladega. Congratulations, Alex Filter. This is his 2nd celebration screen in his young 9-race career.